Hello, Nate and Beth stopping on by to continue our reviews of Friday the 13th, the series.
This week we are talking about Season 2, Episode 7, Wax Magic.
Alright, I don't know if we'll be able to go 13 minutes on this one.
It was confusing.
I think,
that way.
it was a little... I don't know if the writing was very competent, and it should also be said before we forget that I want to say, Jack, the character of Jack, Marshak there's been many episodes throughout the first season, and I don't know if he's done it yet in this season too, but there's been a lot where he hasn't been involved, probably because being an older individual, maybe he's going to doctor's visits or has bad back, bad hips, bad ankles, bad whatever, and can't film.
Or he's on vacation enjoying his life.
This is the first one where Mickey, as far as I know, it's the first one where Mickey's not a part of the episode, and for us people who like to see Mickey, it's kind of a bummer. So
the truth comes out.
Well, you knew the truth. I mean, you share the same opinion to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
So it was kind of interesting just seeing Jack or Ryan and Jack this time. So this episode revolves around a carnival. I would imagine they just filmed this,
It kind of seemed like it was filmed on the fly.
I would imagine this was a real carnival that they filmed at, because it'd be a lot of money to set up this whole huge carnival for an episode of a TV show. So regardless, it takes place at a carnival, and there's this wax. Oh, also, I don't know if we guessed what the hell this would be. I don't know why we do that guessing thing, because we can never remember what the hell we guessed.
Because it's fun.
I don't know what the hell I guessed. We had two guesses, either wax museum or a candle, I guess.
Yeah, I think my first guess was wax museum. House of Wax kind of deal.
So it turned out to be that's what it is. And at Carnival, there's this wax museum thing where this guy's supposedly recreates these, same thing with all wax museums. They seem to recreate, whatever murderers of the past and century or whatever.
People like to know grisly history. Who wants to know about the happy stuff? Let's hear about Jack the Ripper. Sweeney Todd, Marie Antoinette, the people who kill people just because they can.
So this is very confusing. It begins with a night at whatever this is at Carnival. We kind of follow these boy and girl teenagers around a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, these guys are gonna end up dying. Sure enough, at the end, after it's all over with, they end up getting axed by this shrouded figure. And my favorite part about this episode is just that character of the shrouded and all black axe murderer killer, which is a fun gimmick and really cool, and be a fun action figure with fabric shrouded NECA action figure. But
yeah,
female axe murderer killer, I guess there's some supposed historical thing of,
well, she's supposed to be Lizzie
Borden or something. In the late 1892.
She killed her stepfather and...
No, I think it was dad and stepmother.
Okay, yeah, father and stepmother. One of them wasn't her real parent, and I guess she beheaded them with an axe, and so she must have been probably imprisoned for the act of murder. But so she became a famous murderer, killer of the 18th century.
So I want to say, before them two teens get killed at the beginning, we already introduced this whatever you want to, whatever we're supposed to call little people these days. I guess little people. This guy is, like a
vertically challenged
2-foot tall guy at this whatever, throw the chicken into the pot and don't hit me in the head with it when it flies towards him.
Well, he's kind of got the booth across from the wax museum, and the teens that we're following go to the wax museum like they're going to go check it out, and then they walk away. I guess that's the way of introducing the wax museum.
Yeah, so there's this kind of whatever sad, whatever looking... I want to say I've seen this girl in other things.
Probably.
She looks familiar, but this kind of pale, just sad looking chick at the ticket booth. And
she looks like the girl from Knight Rider. From that episode of Knight Rider? Possibly. Anyway,
Well,
different series.
okay, yeah. Well, these are filmed in Canada, so like you say, it's a different.
Actors will go where the
Yeah,
money
that's
is.
true. That doesn't mean that they can't. Okay, maybe we will get to 13 minutes.
There's a lot of filler.
So I'll let you take off a little.
Well, I mean, so here's my take. I see the people being followed, and they kind of introduce the wax museum, and the girl in the ticket booth has a splitting headache. The vertically challenged person asks if she wants an aspirin, and she goes out and she faints. Well, after she faints, her husband pushes away the little person and brings her inside and puts her on like a chair and puts like this handkerchief or takes a handkerchief off of her. I don't know how it worked because you can't really see anything. All you see is him holding up a handkerchief, and then he goes to this shrouded black figure, which is Lizzie Borden, which we find out later.
Well, it's supposed to be the wax sculpture of Lizzie Borden.
Supposed to be the wax.
Well, what makes no
sculpture.
sense is he stuffs the handkerchief in that, and then it comes to life. So I mean, how is that the woman?
Yeah, I think this is really poor writing.
Poor writing. Because then later on, I don't know if we want to say it now, but we might as well. I mean, it turns out that the axe murderer is the same girl who fainted. So what the hell? It's a bunch of.
It's just really an interestingly, I don't know.
Poor writing.
But I was looking for the teenagers to become part of the figures, part of the museum.
Yeah.
But life for death and death for life.
This is a little bit. Oh yeah, there's so many of those episodes in this series so far where it's kind of like kill to maintain life, and that's what this is, right?
This one is, yeah, because she. At the end, I guess they say that all of the wax figures were people just dipped in wax to preserve the likeness of them. Well, he probably can't sculpt for shit.
Yeah, this guy can't sculpt, so he's got to just kill real people, dip them in a couple of layers of wax, and stand them up in the museum.
Yeah, well, apparently he can do hands because, yeah, because that was kind of towards the end when they figured out that it was the handkerchief. They found out that the cursed item is a handkerchief that once belonged to... What? Who was it?
Ah, fuck. I lost interest by then. Oh, well.
Anyway,
someone.
It was like a reward for making something happen. I forget. But, so, the handkerchief is the Louis VIII, I believe.
The handkerchief.
For making something for him. So... in payment of this gift given to the Louis VIII, he gave a handkerchief. And the handkerchief became cursed with all the other objects. So whenever this wax object is holding this handkerchief, I guess he asks a favor. I know I've maybe been imposing on you a lot lately, but who asks this favor. And what's interesting with that aspect of it is... Marie, I'm thinking Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
But it's just her name happens to be Marie. But then we find out from the little person before he gets killed, sadly enough, that she was a townie, which means someone that came to the carnival from the town that they happened to be in at the time. And she's not part of the carnival, but I guess the owner of the Wax Museum fell madly in love with her, and she followed them to the next town. So then they got married. Because she was 21, the parents couldn't do anything about it. Where was I going with this? But every time she gets these splitting headaches, the wax figure of Lizzie Borden gets sent out to kill someone. So it's a life for a life, or a death for life. And there it was. She was remembering the killings. He's like, oh, it was just a nightmare. Oh, it was just a nightmare. And then at the end, she realizes it's not a nightmare. She's the one that was actually killing, because when she, I guess she was sent out to kill Ryan and or Jack, because they both knew the secret. Ryan, thinking it was the wax figure of Lizzie Borden, does this like trick with the lighter and hairspray and ends up melting her hand. and he takes off the black shrouds of the veils over her head, and it's Marie. And she's in disbelief looking at her melted hand, like, what's happening to me? And then they notice that the handkerchief is on her, and Jack was going to go take it, and Ryan, being the romantic that he is, says, no, no, she'll die. And Jack's like, it's the only way, but she'll die. I'd rather just take her to the carnival. Jack's like, walk away, it's easier. And as Jack's about to pull the handkerchief off of Marie, yes, you can take over.
The husband guy, whatever, the guy shoots him in the shoulder, flesh wound, it's fine, scratch, shoots at Ryan. There's this action scene, and
Jack
I forgot what happened.
Jack gets shot in like a shoulder shot, maybe.
Oh, and then the guy, he runs, like, he shoots up the place, and does he just run away? And Jack's like, Ryan, go after him.
Yeah.
I'm fine, gotta...
No, he took the girl.
Oh, okay. Took the girl back to the carnival.
Mm-hmm.
And...
I don't remember the end.
Yeah, there's the final confrontation back at the wax museum, and the fire gets started, and
he's gonna melt owner
he's gonna
of
make a new hand for her because it melted.
By the time the police get here, you'll be good as new. And there's a scuffle between Ryan and the owner of the wax museum, and the wax spills everywhere and fires like everywhere, and
she sacrifices herself, walks right into the fire, and
melts. It's the only way. The melting was kind of cool.
Yeah, that shot of her melted, the first stage, I'd seen somewhere before. Maybe it was in a Fangoria magazine or something, but remember that first stage where she said some line? I'd seen that shot before.
Yeah, the lips were moving a little bit, but...
And it was just, the melting wax
very
face.
Very puppety.
But... yeah, I'm going to just go a notch above a thumbs down, so it'd be like whatever it is, in between 7 and 8. So just a notch above thumbs down, so just barely better than a thumb down. I was thinking half, but because of the cool shrouded character, but that's not enough to make this. It was just really confusing, and at first it was like, oh, they're saying this, because we caught onto the fact early on that she was probably a wax
figure.
But then we thought Marie Antoinette, and then halfway.
But then we find out she's a Tony.
Halfway through, we're like, no, maybe she's not a wax figure, and then only to be like at the end, oh, she is. It's just like, what the hell?
So, in total, there were 5 deaths,
including
if you
hers.
Include hers.
So you can say 4 kills, and she died as well.
Right. But
the kills were really fun, and some of them were bloody, and
I'll give it half a thumbs just for the kills. The kills were interesting.
Well, that's what I was gonna do, but then the more we're talking about it, the more it's just like, but okay.
I'm gonna give it a half thumb because of the kills, and the storyline was weak, but if you can get into it, it's actually not so bad. It was kind of like Scream. You think there's only one killer, but there's 2.
Oh, thanks for just spoiling that for the world.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
For the 3 people that are going to listen to our review.
But, there's really not that much to say about
I guess
this
we
episode.
did go 13 minutes, and Beth's now looking at the next one.
So the next episode is going to be Read My Lips.
Yikes.
I'm going to say lipstick.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Alright, well that's my guess. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If she's wrong, she's wrong.
Read my lips.
Cursed lipstick container. Sticks.
Lipstick that never runs out. That's pretty cool. Lipstick is expensive.
I wouldn't know.
I haven't worn it in years.
Good.
But thanks for listening. Sorry if this went a little longer than your ears could tolerate. But, this episode wasn't super exciting. We had to think of something to say about it, though.
Yes, we did. All right. Sounds like you're done reviewing, and so am I, so. All right, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Till next time.
Bye.